Hi everybody, this is a video of me eating crow. This is my review of Bobbi by Envy. And in full disclosure, in several of my other reviews, I have mentioned how much I hated this wig. And it's a true story. When I first ordered this wig, this is way before I ever owned a wig store, I bought this wig based on the manufacturer pick, and of course when I got it, I was very, very disappointed because it looked longer in the manufacturer pick than it did on, which for one kind of threw me. Secondly, the top of it looks much fuller. It looks like it has a different shape in the manufacturer pick than it actually does on. And last but not least, I'd never owned a lace front wig before, so I didn't know what I was really getting myself into with that. And so, oh, and the color. I hated the color I ordered it in. I got it in that lighter red color, which I'm still standing firm on that. I don't like that color. It's terrible. But Bobbi is an alright wig. And so that's why I say this is me eating crow. A couple people asked me, to keep an open mind about it. They vouched for it, said this was a nice wig, and so I'm thanking them right now for kind of prompting me to reinvestigate the style. So with that out of the way, the color I'm reviewing Bobbi in today is called Golden Nutmeg R, which is one of the rooted shades that Envy carries. So it has a medium brown root. This color has a light brown base, and you'll get more of that down here at the bottom. The Envy light brown is very light, and it's very warm, almost like a caramel color. So it's very warm, and it's down here. And the top has a blend of dark blonde and golden blonde highlights. So you get a lot more of that at the top, emanating from the root, until you get down to the bottom, where it's almost exclusively that light brown color. And of course, at the nape and below, it's the light brown color. So it's a very interesting, very pretty color with a lot of variation in it. As you can kind of see when I pull out the back, how the tones kind of change as the hair progressively gets longer. It's not quite a progressive shade, but it's very, very close. So, here's what I think of Bobbi. Okay, well, aside from the color being gorgeous and the fact that I really like the layers at the bottom, I have no problem with all of this beautiful, beautiful layering at the bottom of the wig. The bottom is quite full, and I'll show you here. The bottom of this wig is very, very full, which I think is very nice. It has a nice amount of texture, a very pretty feminine wave pattern. I just wish that the layers in the front of Bobbi were cut a little bit differently. I don't think they do anything for my face particularly, especially up here. Like, this just does nothing for me. But that doesn't mean that I couldn't modify it to do something for me. Like if I cut, a fringy bang into the front of it, or even just did something to change the length of these front layers, I could probably make it work. The front is 7 inches. So you sweep it off to the side, or you could cut a blunt bang into it, which if I owned this wig, I would probably be tempted to do just that. Because the way that it's cut, as you can see, this was what I had an issue with when I first got this wig. The bottom is very full, and the top just kind of goes, but it's still a very pretty style. And on some people, especially if you've got a narrow face, this would look dynamite. This would look dynamite on somebody that has a slightly slender or narrow face, or somebody with a long face. This would be a great style. I mean, absolutely dynamite, the way that it's cut. I just don't think on a really round face that the front portion of this really does anything for me. But it is a very pretty wig, and I was wrong to dismiss it categorically. I think that on the right person, this is a beautiful style, and I think it would be a beautiful cut for certain face shapes. You know, not everything's going to look great on me, but just because it doesn't look great on me doesn't mean that it's not a good wig. And that's something that I've come to realize as I've gone through the process of reviewing a lot of wigs and owning a store. Some things that look fabulous on me don't look right on other people, and some things that look right on other people don't look right on me. You know, that's why it's so important that so many people review wigs, not just, you know, people with specific face shapes, because what looks good on a model won't look good on most people, and what looks good on somebody with a round face might not look good with somebody on a long face, and you know where I'm going with this. So now I'm going to take Bobbi off so you can get a look at the cap construction. Okay. One thing that perplexes me about the lace front on this wig, because it has a lace front and a mono top, is that unlike most Envy lace fronts, which, you know, are straight cut lace fronts, this one is scalloped. I just chalk it up to that weird thing about some of the Envy styles. Like, you know, the brand is very inconsistent, whereas in between the various styles, it's very consistent. So, I mean, if this Bobbi has a scalloped lace front, then they're probably all going to have scalloped lace fronts. But, you know, Angie, Ashley, Madison, none of them have scalloped lace fronts. So, I don't know what to say other than to shake my head about it. So here is where that lace meets the ear tab. It does stick up just a smidge. The ear tabs are not soft felt, they're lace. This doesn't have that grip in the front, it's just a seam. So because of that, it's not going to have a dramatic line like some of the other Envy styles that do have the grip. It is very adjustable, though I will say that compared to Madison, for instance, it fits a little bit more snug. Madison has seems to run a little large. But it can be brought in up to a ½ inch and open wefted sides and back. And here is a look at the top of the wig. So you can see the rooting. It's a medium brown color on this golden nutmeg. So now I'm going to put Bobbi back on so you can see what it looks like. I really like this color. It's a very pretty blonde. It's not too light, it's not too cool, because the cool blondes don't seem to work with my face very well, with my coloring. I definitely recommend either a large tooth comb or a loop-ended wig brush to brush Bobbi out. Just be gentle about it. So that's what the lace front looks like on. The lace front's actually pretty nice. As you can see, it's not sparse. Actually, the lace front on this one's pretty darn convincing. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a seam, but not much. If I move that lace front back a bit. Very nice monofilament top. I think that's probably the single most #1 redeeming quality of this style, is that the monotop's quite nice. I mean, it's not smooth like the Amore lace fronts, but I have yet to encounter a wig brand that has such a smooth monotop. So that's not really much of a criticism. And it's a very pretty style. So I rescind my criticism overall of this not being a good style. It is. It's a pretty wig. I think that on the right person, this wig will look really, really beautiful. And it has a lace front and a monofilament top, both of which are highly realistic looking. Very, very nice lace front and mono top on this one. So there you go. That's my take on Bobbi by Envy. And again, just so you can see it, here it is from the side and from the back. So hopefully this review's been helpful to you, and I hope you have a good day. All right, bye-bye.